Okay, so this video is about military truck drivers, and there we go. It's about military truck drivers. We are out there. I am one of them. I'm recently released from the military. I did 10 years in the Army, got out. I was a truck driver in the Army, and that's what this video is about. Basically, not a general walkthrough on how to become a truck driver if you're in the military, but some things that you need to be aware of if you do decide that you want to become a truck driver when you leave the military, or if you've been out of the military for a little bit and you're looking at becoming a truck driver. All right. First and foremost, the one thing I want to get out of the way, all your experience that you have in the Army or the Marines or the Navy or the Air Force, doesn't matter. All of your experience driving a truck doesn't count for shit. Period, point blank right now. It's not going to account for a damn thing. Simply because the military is not required to follow DOT regulations. So because the military is not authorized, does not follow DOT regulations, therefore all your driving time that you've done in the military is considered non-DOT verified. When you go to apply for a truck company, that is a key thing that they look for, is whether or not you are DOT verified. In other words, if your experience is experience marked through the DOT. In other words, you've filled out logbooks, you followed all the DOT rules when it comes to driving, sleeping, resets, things like that. The military doesn't have to follow that shit. So because the military doesn't have to follow that shit, your experience is pretty much fucking worthless, man. What I had to do is, it'll probably be the same thing that you will have to do, is I had to do a refresher course at a truck school, which only took about a week. And I used my GI Bill to pay for that, because I don't give a shit about anything else, really. So I used my GI Bill to cover the refresher course, and you can use your GI Bill to cover a truck school if you still have your GI Bill and you want to go to truck school. You can use it to pay for the truck school. If you have a hazmat endorsement in the military, congratulations. It doesn't mean shit either. In order for you to get a hazmat endorsement, you have to go to the DMV. You have to take a written test, and then you have to go and get your fingerprints redone, and then you have to pay. I paid about $75 for mine. And then your employer gets the notification. They sign off on it, and once the background check is complete, then you are awarded your hazardous materials endorsement, and then it gets put onto a new CDL, which is then mailed to you. At least mine was mailed to me. Those are some things that you really have to look out for when you're getting into the trucking. Another big thing is not all truck drivers, especially those who used to be in the military, are going to sit here and make $100,000 a year driving a truck. All right, I kept my expectations low when I was leaving the military and became a truck driver professionally. I kept my expectations low, and even as low as I kept them, they were still a little too high. Okay. Other than that, most of the truck drivers who make $100,000 a year are owner-operators or independent contractors, which is basically the same fucking thing. The only difference between an owner-operator and an independent contractor is an owner-operator goes and gets his own loads himself, and basically he is his own company. An independent contractor is a guy with his own truck, maybe even his own trailer, but he's contracted to a company. He's leased on to a company. Those guys are probably making buku bucks. But if you're going to be getting on as a company driver, 40 grand a year at most. You might get up to 60 grand a year. And it's all based on experience. If you have no experience, you're going to be in the bottom tier. If you have experience and it's verified, keyword verified, it'll be in the top. It'll be in the upper tiers. But you really have to look out for those things, and a lot of people don't look at those things. And more importantly, you know, if you get hired onto a company, fucking stick with the company. You know, too many times I see these drivers at truck stops, even terminals where I'm at a terminal. Too many times I hear about drivers jumping ship from the company that they were previously working on, or jumping ship from the company that they're currently on because they're just not happy with the paycheck. Well, you know what? Fucking oh well. You know, you're not going to be happy. It's that simple, right? So, I've been with my company for just over a year, and I finally got my recognition. Yay! I got a jacket. Fucking love jackets, right? Got a jacket. It's a cool looking jacket. My wife sent me a picture of it. It's pretty cool looking, I'll be honest. And a patch. Fucking sweet. I love patches. I intend on doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, driving a truck with the current company that I'm with. The company that I'm with, by the way, is known to hire veterans. However, they don't heavily advertise it, and I'm hoping that they change it. I really do. But there's all kinds of websites you can go on to basically facilitate your search for a truck job. The one website I went on to was called thetruckersreport.com. You go on there, you fill out an application, and then it gets a shotgun blast throughout the entire industry. And every truck company that is worth a damn will make an attempt to contact you, a solid attempt to contact you. And during that time that they contact you, they're going to be looking for DOT verified experience. So if you don't have any DOT verified experience, you're pretty much shit out of luck. You're going to start at the bottom of the barrel. With my company, I didn't start at the bottom of the barrel. They have a impressive military program. And it's not every company out here that does that. There are companies that do it. My company does it big time. They basically took all the years that I did in the military as a truck driver, and they used that as DOT verified experience. And right out of the gate, not having worked for a professional company, they threw 39 cents at me. 39 cents on the mile is not that bad. It sounds like shit because you're looking at pennies, but you really have to look at the miles. And now with the pay rate that I'm at, the 39 cents on the mile, now I just got to make the miles work. If I make the miles work, it's a good paycheck. But right now, you know, in the wintertime, freight's going to slow down, especially because of the roads are getting icy, snow-covered, blizzards, things like that. So freight is definitely impacted heavy in the wintertime. So those are things that you really have to look out for when you're driving a truck. But if you're going to leave the military and your goal is to hop into one of these big-ass trucks and drive them, by all means do it. We could use more drivers. You know, this is an industry, it's a trade job, believe it or not. It is an industry that is in high demand. Drivers are in high demand, you know, and you can actually make a decent living if you're willing to put forth the effort. You know, if you were a shitbag in the military, you're gonna be a shitbag now. It's just that simple, you know. So those are some things that you got to look out for. My next video that I'm going to be making, I'm going to be putting up here pretty soon, is about the PeopleNet computer. That is this wonderful piece of shit right here. I'm going to be doing an entire video when I start my week on the 28th. Basically run through the computer, how I do things on the computer, and how the computer benefits me, and how much I hate the computer, pretty much. So every time I touch that computer, you are going to be right there with me all the way through everything, all my headaches. I'm recording it all. So just, you know, keep doing what you're doing, you know. More importantly, you know, you need that experience, you know. Go get your CDL, whether it's through, I prefer that you go through a truck school, but get your CDL and come on out here. And just remember, not every company that's out there is designed to fuck you over. So once again, I do not apologize for my crass ass language. It is me. People who know me know that this is just how I talk. So if you don't like how I talk, you don't like what I say, you know, piss off. I don't need you. You know, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know what I'm saying? So deuces. Y'all have a good fucking night. I'm gonna go to bed.